Sairam to you all, dear children. Today I will be discussing about semiconductors and examples of semiconductors and so on. But before proceeding to the new topic in the same chapter entitled Conductors and Insulators, let us recall what we discussed in the class yesterday. Yesterday, what did we talk about? We learnt about poles, right? And electricity. Now, what is a pole or what are poles? What are poles? Uneven distribution of electrically charged particles constitute a pole. Uneven distribution of electrically charged particles constitute pole. Right? Now, if the pole has concentration of negatively charged particles relatively more than the positively charged particles, then it is called a negative terminal or cathode. So if the pole has a concentration of negatively charged particles relatively more than the positively charged particles, then that pole is a negative terminal, also called as cathode. Then again, if the pole has concentration of positively charged particles relatively more than the negatively charged particles, then such a pole is called a positive terminal or anode. So, now what is electricity? The flow of these electrically charged particles connected by electric cell having both negative and positive terminals is nothing but electricity. Okay, so when a electric cell having both negative terminal and positive terminal is connected to a substance, then the electricity flows through the metal wire by which the electric cell is connected to a substance. Right? Now, today we will proceed further. Today we will be discussing about conductors and insulators. Insulators are substances that do not allow electric current to flow or electricity to flow. That also we have dealt with. Today we are going to discuss the uses of conductors and insulators. Now, uses of conductors and insulators. First, conductors are used to carry electricity from its source to other places. Right? So conductors are used to carry electricity from its source to various other places. They are used for wiring in buildings and in all electric equipments. Okay, and then observe the electrical equipments shown in the figure. All have conducting wires in them. So you will be seeing several electrical equipments in the figure. So all these all these equipments, electrical equipments shown in the figure, have conducting wires in them. Conducting wires means wires that allow the electricity to flow. That means all these wires are metal wires which are good conductors of electricity. Okay, so conductors are used to carry electricity from its source to other places. Right, right. So now generator, when we use generators when the electric supply is cut off, right? So there, we generator is also one source of electricity. UPS, it has a backup, right? And with that backup, we can um, uh, we can keep the electricity on for a certain period of time until there is backup, battery backup, right? Now these wires are not visible. So in all the equipments, electrical equipments that we will be going to see now shortly, right, have wires, but they are invisible. They are covered by colored rubber or plastic, right? Why these electrical equipments are covered by rubber or plastic? Because they do not allow the electric current to pass through them. So this coating is called insulation. So this coating means covering the electrical equipments with plastic, rubber, etc., stops the flow of current in the electrical equipments. So this process of coating is called insulation. If we touch the metal parts of these equipment when they are switched on, we get electric shock. So insulators are used to cover wire. Insulators are used to cover wire. So that is why we must have seen when any repair of a gadget is being carried out, electrical or electrical gadget, especially when a repair of any electrical gadget is being carried out, normally what the electricians do is they first ensure that there is no flow of electric current, and to test this they will be having what is called as testers, which is similar to a screw driver, right? So say for example, if you are using a microwave oven in our home, right, at some point of time we might have or we might have encountered electric shock. right? So then we call an electrician to set it right. So what does the electrician first do? Before opening the panel of the microwave oven, he will use his tester. He will use the tester. He will just see whether even after the switch is off, even after the switch is off, whether there is flow of current in the oven. So even after the switch is off, if there is current in the oven flowing, the tester, which is similar to a small screwdriver, indicates that there is a flow of electricity in the oven by a glow in the bulb when kept on the oven. So when we keep a tester on the oven while the switch is off, the bulb glows, and if the bulb glows, it is an indication that there is current and there is a problem with the oven and it is dangerous to use. So we take all the precautionary measures by first immediately calling the electrician and get it rectified. So what does the electrician do? He will open up the panel, see whether the wires are properly insulated or not, and in case there is no proper insulation done, the electrician will insulate them and stop the flow of electricity in the oven, and he will set right the oven, and then it becomes usable. So we will be guarding ourselves from the electric shock, right? Now here are the few electrical equipments shown to all of you in this figure. Are you all able to see? See, all these, most of them, you see there is one wire here, right? Are you all able to see this wire? This is a wire, a metal wire being covered by plastic. There is a plastic coating outside. Just see here. So in all the equipments that you observe, there are insulators in them only to keep us safe while meddling with them, while using them. Okay. Now, semiconductors. What are semiconductors? These are the substances that have the conductive properties between conductors and insulators. So, some materials have conductivity or properties of conductivity between conductors and insulators. Such materials are called semiconductors. Such materials are called semiconductors. Germanium and silicon are commonly used semiconductors. Germanium and silicon are commonly used semiconductors. Semiconductors are used in television, radio, telephone, etc. So semiconductors are used in television sets, radio, telephone, etc. Now here is the summary. Point number 1, conductors are used to carry electricity. from its source to other places. Conductors are used for wiring in buildings and in all electric equipments. Metal wires are covered by rubber, plastic, etc. as they are insulators. Right. Then the process of covering metal wires with colored rubber, plastic, etc. is called insulation. Right? And if the metal parts of equipments are not insulated, we get electric shock when they are switched on. So if the metal parts of equipments are not insulated, we get electric shock when they are switched on. So when the switch is on also, if the equipments are not insulated, we get a shock, right? And sometimes what happens is, in some cases, when the switch is on, there will be a glow in the tester. But if the voltage is too high, say suppose, then even when the switch is off, sometimes there will be a glow in the bulb present in the tester. But except it is an exceptional case. Okay. Then semiconductors have conductive properties between conductors and insulators. Semiconductors have conductive properties, right, between conductors and insulators. Now, there are a few questions relating to this video. The first question is, where is large quantity of electricity produced? Where is large quantity of electricity produced? Second question is, what is insulation? What is insulation? Third question is, what are insulators? What are insulators? Fourth question is, what are semiconductors? Give examples. What are semiconductors? Give examples. Okay. So these are the 4 questions which all of you are supposed to answer. Sai Ram. Good day to one and all.